Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Jay. Just here to make a short video about today is night one of WrestleMania 37. Uh, and this is the night Sasha Banks takes on Bianca Belair for the SmackDown Women's Championship, and a couple of my predictions slash thoughts. Um, yeah, I heard that Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre is going to open up the show. Um, with the WWE title, the men's title tonight. But I don't know how I feel about that because this is this is the WWE Championship, and I don't feel like the WWE Championship should open up uh, the show. I mean, it is the most prestigious title in the WWE in the men's division, so why should it open up the show? Plus, this is the main angle that they've been pushing: the Hurt Business versus Drew McIntyre. Just just this Monday on the Go Home show of Raw, they had Bobby Lashley doing the Hurt Lock to Shelton Benjamin and to Drew McIntyre. So I don't know why um, that's gonna open up the show. Another thing I'm a little bit confused in, and this is probably gonna be for night two, and maybe some of you guys know. Uh, why the hell is Daniel Bryan in the Universal Championship match? Why couldn't it just be a one-on-one match between Edge and Roman Reigns? Does the does the company not think or have enough faith in Roman Reigns by himself and Edge to carry this match? Why did they feel like they need to insert Daniel Bryan in at the last minutes? This is the kind of thing that I hate from WWE. Even back 2 years ago when they did the first women's main events, uh, instead of just having Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey like they were building to, they they insert Charlotte Flair in the match for no reason. Instead of just having Triple H and Chris Benoit, they inserted Shawn Michaels in the match at the last minute. Instead of just having at WrestleMania 20. Instead of just having Rey Mysterio and Kurt Angle, they insert Randy Orton in at the last minute at WrestleMania 22. So they've done this a lot, and they apparently have done this again for this year. But the match I'm most excited about is the real EST of the WWE, Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks tonight. When I first got on here, I always talked about Sasha. One of my first videos was about how they should push Sasha when she first got into the main roster, and finally she's getting the kind of recognition that she deserves after being in the Mandalorian and having one of the main angles. I wish it could be Bayley, honestly, because I wanted Bayley. I wanted to see Sasha versus Bayley at WrestleMania. Um, Bayley will now be the only member of the Four Horsewomen that was never in a main event. Match, but it's whatever. It is historic for WWE to have two women of color main eventing WrestleMania this year. So I guess that's why they're going with this angle. But I still would have loved to have Bailey versus Sasha. The Boston Hug Connection, the Golden Role Models breaking up and each going their own way. Because, like I said, I remember when I first took uh, my daughter to the Barclays Center for uh, NXT Takeover Brooklyn in 2015. Shout out to Victoria. Um, when we went to see Bailey and Sasha in the Iron Women's match. So that would have been cool to see Bailey versus Sasha. Main event at WrestleMania. But whatever, a lot of people like Bianca, and they think, you know, I see a lot of promo packages for her and stuff. So I guess this is her time. It's time for Sasha Banks to pass the torch to another performer. Kind of like the Ultimate Hulk Hogan did to the Ultimate Warrior, or Shawn Michaels did to. I mean, Shawn Michaels did to Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Bret Hart did to Shawn Michaels. And when Bret Hart got the torch at WrestleMania 10, not from Hulk Hogan, but via Yokozuna from Hogan. So, like when Sasha was coming in 2016, it seemed like it was her time. Now it's time for Bianca Belair. No Charlotte tonight on the card, which is good. They apparently scrapped this stupid storyline with Lacey Evans and Charlotte and Ric Flair, where Ric Flair got Lacey Evans pregnant. um, as far as the tag team match, the women's tag team match, I predict that Naomi and Lana will win the qualifying match and then go on to beat Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler tonight for the titles. As far as the men's tag team match, um, New Day taking on AJ Styles and Omo. Um, I predict AJ Styles and Omo because once again, New Day's time come and gone. New Day's time was like 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. Big up, Big E has moved on to bigger and better things. She's taking on Apollo Crews tonight in a Nigerian, not either tonight or tomorrow night, in a Nigerian stick match. They'll probably save that for tomorrow night. I don't even know what the hell a Nigerian stick match even is, but probably some kind of street fight. Shane McMahon is taking on Braun Strowman. That's whatever. Um, uh, let me see what other matches. Logan Paul will be there. He'll be in the corner of Sami Zayn, who will be taking on uh, Kevin Owens tonight. Either tonight or tomorrow night. And Bad Bunny will be taking on The Miz. So, and then of course after Raw, after WrestleMania night 2, we have that historic Stone Cold Steve Austin Broken Skull Sessions podcast with Chris Jericho. First time ever an AEW person sits down with a WWE person, cross promotional thing. They've never done that. Well, they've done cross promotional stuff. They did with USWA, Smoky Mountain Wrestling, and ECW back in the day, but they've never done with their main rival. You know what I mean? It'd be the equivalent of like WWE doing a show back in the day with WCW. That was just never done, or WWE doing a show with TNA. That was just never done. They've done it with minor promotions, but they've never done it with a major promotion. So that'll be interesting to see what Chris Jericho brings up. If Chris Jericho references um, angles from AEW on a WWE podcast, things like his feud with his feud within the Inner Circle, Santana and Ortiz, or Sammy Guevara. If he just maybe we'll talk about his WCW stuff or his WWE stuff, because don't forget a lot of these AEW wrestlers that jump from WWE to AEW, they still have a lot of their material that they will still want to promote on on the WWE Network on the because this will be the first WrestleMania for the Peacock Network. So this will be the first time they're doing the Peacock thing. So yeah, it's really exciting. They don't really have anything this year at WrestleMania 37 that will really grab you. Other than to me Bianca Belair and Sasha, but just the ambiance of it being WrestleMania and it being the grandest stage of them all. And you never know who will come back. You never know if Brock Lesnar will come back, Ronda Rousey will come back, Tessa Blanchard. Um, they say is rumored to show up. Uh, they always have surprises. So could you imagine, right? Roman Reigns, the head of the table, the tribal chief, is about to defeat either Daniel Bryan or Edge, and all of a sudden Brock Lesnar comes out. Then Brock Lesnar F5's him and F5's Paul Heyman. Could you imagine Becky Lynch coming back? Could you imagine Seth Rollins maybe coming back? Um, you never know. Like I said, Hulk Hogan is hosting too with Titus O'Neil. Um, that's whatever too because I mean fuck Hulk. I mean not fuck Hulk Hogan, but like you know, well, why is he hosting with Titus O'Neil? Like what? But I'm interested to see. I'm interested to see the match with Sasha and Bianca Belair because again, I know Sasha can go the distance, and I know she's gonna push Bianca to go the distance. So we'll see what they come up with. But I have a pretty good feeling that Bianca and Belair is gonna walk away with the SmackDown Women's Championship. But anyway, guys, peace. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And the countdown begins for WrestleMania, the stage of the grandest stage of them all, the Clash of the Immortals.